Welcome to Secular Soup. Stay tuned for real talk about atheism, feminism, politics, parenting, and whatever the fuck else Amy and Amy want to talk about, because this is their show. And get ready for a whole lot of motherfucking profanity.
You want to hear a secret?
I won't tell anybody. Go ahead. If I sit next to you, I'm going to get gonorrhea. It's going to jump into me. Just two ladies hanging out.
Is it okay for me to make fun of his neck waddle if I make fun of my own neck waddle?
I'm not sure.
That's a real ethical conundrum.
Would you know if you were born a lizard person, or can you be like adopted into the...
I think you know.
We're such professionals.
We really are.
Buckle up, bitches. It's time to have some soup.
I'm Amy with a Y.
And I'm Amy with an I.
And we're just two blueberries floating in a bowl of tomato soup. And I forgot to ask you in our pre-planning meeting, did you double check the microphone thing? Like it's the website's picking up your mic?
Okay. Default.
Okay.
I listened to last week's episode, and I sound rough at the beginning, but then it cleans up. Like it sounds fine at the end.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like noisy and kind of
magic.
I also wonder if I was getting adjusted, and so maybe it was like the noise. So my microphone's not hanging anymore.
Oh.
It's on a stand, and so I wonder if that's a problem, because I'm at a different desk that doesn't really have a lip.
Yeah. I've got my stand just jutted out into my lazy boy chair, and so I'm not right up against the mic like I used to be, because I have to lounge in the chair, so I just have the snowball mic kind of near me, you know, in the proximity, but not right up to me, so.
Well, and so I get right on it. I lean forward and get right on it.
Yeah, no, it's been...
Maybe that's why I'm louder. Should I back off?
You're not louder, though, usually. Well, usually you're not louder. This last time you were, but I don't know. Do what's comfortable.
Not sure. I don't even know. Nothing's comfortable.
I know 3 people who edit. One of them can fix it. Yeah, it's been at least 4 weeks now, and my husband still has not noticed the missing lazy boy chair.
It's hilarious.
It's great. It's like this little secret I have, and I think it'll take him another solid 2 months to figure it out. As long as my kid doesn't narc on me. So this week, I am going to be rocking the sexy phlegm voice because I've been sick for 2 weeks.
See, and I did last episode. I don't know if you could tell, but I was actually congested and scratchy last episode.
Oh, no. Well, Lady Shoo is here now, and she wants to eat my hot dish that I'm not done eating yet. So, yeah, I've been thoroughly sick for 2 weeks, and I'm finally starting to feel a little better, but I've got that whole voice going away, raw throat thing going on, so... If my voice just gives out halfway through this, then bonus for the listeners.
Exactly.
Oh, Patreon. So I keep reminding myself we gotta do Patreon at the beginning. This is a riveting show so far. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Relationship manager. I noticed this morning, I was very excited because I thought we got a huge bump in contributions from Nathan Dickey. Like I opened up my email and just went, what? Like, did Nathan win the lottery? And now, but it was not Nathan Dickey, and you'll get to hear the details of why that is in just a second. So if Patreon would go ahead and just bring the list up that I need, come on. I got a show to do here. I can't wait for you. I should probably have done this before we started recording, like a real professional, but I was trying to eat, so what are you going to do? So Patreon, yeah, we have a Patreon feed. We would love you to join us over there and become part of our big soupy family, I guess we could call it. We don't have any new patrons this week, although we do have some that bumped up to our Devil's Chili level, which I had anticipated and I'm now happy about.
I like that.
So, Freethinker215 and Marge Simpson support Planned Parenthood. You're goddamn right they do, because Planned Parenthood's amazing. Bumped up to the $6.66 a month level. So that is fantastic, especially since it was Freethinker215's idea. So he's hanging out there. Also, Nuggin, who is actually Rebecca, who is a mutual friend of ours, bumped hers up to Devil's Chili. And so did Natalie, who is also a mutual friend of ours, all at $6.66. Along with Tim Robertson, although he doesn't show up in the same list because Patreon's whack.
Yeah, it's super whack.
If you join at $6.66, you get a shout out every week, and that's about it. Early access to episodes. I mean, it's a good deal. It's not as good as the $10 deal, though. If you do $10 a month, you get a free dick bowl, a bowl with dicks on it. These days, it's like half hand painted by me and half mass produced, because now I have a Final Cutter so I can just mass produce the secular soup part, and it's just taking way less time. God damn it, Kat. Quit jumping on me. So at the $10 a month level, we have got Elven Engineer, who just jumped up to that level, so I'm going to have to start working on a bowl for them.
Nice.
We have also
I was going to shout out to them on Instagram, but I forgot.
You didn't. You dropped the ball on that, you know?
I really, really did, and I wanted to have some kind of crazy, cool meme to go with it.
Yeah. We'll just pretend like you did. It's fine.
Yeah, they just missed it.
I'm sure Elven Engineer doesn't mind that you broke their heart completely. They'll get over it eventually.
Join the club. You're in good company.
It's true. We have Wendy.
And terrible company. It's a mixed bag.
Totally. We have Wendy, who hopefully has gotten her soup bowl by now. We also have Yesh, and we have 27th favorite Rich, who will never be as good as editor Rich. And I apologize, that was my fork clanking against my plate because I truly am not done eating yet. So,
wow,
we're totally profesh.
I can't even remember.
I'm eating a wonderful tater tot hot dish, a staple of Minnesota cuisine, which is essentially just rice and ground beef mixed together with some cream of mushroom soup. You put some tater tots on top of that. You put some cheese over the whole thing. You bake it.
Would it work on hash browns? Because I have all of these ingredients.
I think it would, yes. I think hash browns would be fine. You wouldn't get quite the same pop of flavor as you do with a tater tot. But basically, a hot dish is just any 3 or 4 ingredients that you can throw together and mix with a cream-based soup. So there's no rules. You can go rogue on hot dish.
Okay.
Yeah,
we call them casseroles here, but I didn't know.
I mean, that's not what they are, though. They're hot dishes. I prefer to call them casseroles, too, because I think I'm fancy. But everybody else in the state calls them casseroles, so... Or I mean hot dish, god damn it.
Okay.
I broke my brain with this whole
I actually really like saying the word hot dish more.
I don't. I love the word
I can't help giving you... See, I think it's because it's not what people say here, so it makes me feel fancy to say hot dish.
Really? See, casserole sounds French. That's why it sounds fancy to me.
Okay, but no one says that here, so everybody says casserole.
Yeah.
So it's like the 3-year-old that we have. His mom is from the South, and so he calls carts at the grocery store buggies.
What?
I think it's cute, but I'm still trying to break him of it because I don't want him to.
That's a thing people do?
Apparently.
Aren't you in the South? Why don't you call
I'm in
them buggies?
Texas. No, I'm in Texas.
I thought it was the same thing.
No. I'm in,
okay.
Texas is its own.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah. The South is like Alabama, Georgia, Arkansas.
That whole shitty corner of the country over there.
Yeah. And Texas is Texas. So.
All right, well. I mean, Minnesota is Minnesota.
Like I answered it correctly too.
I'm sure you did. Yep.
Well, because if you say, "Aren't you from the South?" I'm like, "No, I'm from Texas." Yeah. Aren't you from the United States? No, I'm from Texas.
Yeah.
Aren't you from this area? No, I'm from exactly.
Aren't you from the Southwest?
Answer is no. No, I'm from Texas.
Yeah, I'm too polite because I'm Minnesotan, so I'll just agree with what anyone says about where I'm from, and I'll just go along with it. So, what were we talking about? Patrons. Yes.
Patrons. You were going to list the patrons.
I was going to list the $20 a month patrons, our top superstar paying patrons who give us all the money. We love them so much, and I still can't figure out why on God's green earth they would choose to send their hard-earned money to us.
I mean, did you listen to our last episode? It was on point.
It really was. It
really was.
I mean, aside from my shitty editing, it was a great episode.
I actually got us another subscriber from work today. You're welcome.
God. You get all the work subscribers.
So
we've got at the $20 a month level, we have got Ashley, our favorite patron ever. Randall, another kind of favorite patron, just not as good as Ashley, but still really good. We have also got a switch up this week in our competition to be the top patron.
Yeah, we did.
Major upset. So our second place patron this week is, and I'm Alamia with a P. What the fuck does that mean? It says ... and I'm Jesus, capital ALYMEAH. Is that like a cultural reference that the kids are making that I don't know about?
Probably.
Because I feel like it is.
It's not LMNOP?
Like
LMNOP?
Damn it, Willis.
Okay, I don't know what is it?
I don't think that's right either. And I'm Alamia, because it ends with a Mia with a P. I have no idea. Whatever, Willis. Thanks for your money. Still hanging out at $33.33. Appreciate all that nail polish you're buying us. It's awesome. Mm-hmm. But coming in at the top level this week is Nathan Dickey is a real swell dude. And surprisingly, that is not Nathan Dickey pledging $34.56 a month, although I'm sure he would love to, but, we don't all have that kind of money. It is our top patron, Other Nathan, official podcast historian, who has become our top patron for the week. So, Other Nathan, we think you're amazing. I can't figure out how you haven't gone broke yet by giving us all your money, but I sure do appreciate it. Amy probably does too. I don't know. I don't talk to her about it, so.
You don't talk to me about anything.
God damn it. My cat is behind the curtains. This cat ignores me until I'm podcasting. She's such a bitch. So yeah, join us on Patreon. We've got exclusive content like our Raw Men series, which is just us making fun of bachelors from the 90s. We've got our Conspiracy Chowder. We have a new one of those coming out fairly soon, I think. And yeah, you may or may not get a Dick Bowl. I'm so behind on Dick Bowls right now, but you guys will get them eventually. So anyway, with that, this week, God fucking damn it. Okay. Let me just paint a picture. I'm in a lazy boy chair, sitting crisscross applesauce with a plate of hot dish, earbuds in, and a cat who is now doing that kneading thing into my bathrobe in my stomach because I guess it makes her happy. We are such ladies. Yeah, death. We were going to talk about death this week because it's Halloween week. And
we are.
When you hear this,
I should probably tell a lighter. No, maybe I'll end on a lighter story. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's death. It can't be too light, but, I wanted to talk about,
Well, I wasn't going to talk about death yet.
Oh, I see.
I was going to tell another story, and then somehow it could segue, into death. I don't know. Do you have a shovel?
You should tell another story.
Completely unrelated.
And then that way I could eat the rest of my hot dish.
Deal.
All right. Yeah. Go.
So I...
Oh, wait. I'm going to mute myself, so listeners, if it sounds weird, I may randomly mute and unmute. We'll see. Hopefully... My cord will not fall out of the mic this time, so.
No, yeah, please don't do that. That was embarrassing.
That was so embarrassing.
You cut out all the stuff, but I was talking to myself for a while.
It was bad. You really were. I was embarrassed for you, so.
And then I was like, are you even there? And you're like, I texted back, you're like, my cord fell out. I don't know what's going on.
That's what happens when you podcast in a lazy boy, so.
Apparently.
Anyway, continue. Tell your wonderful story. Yes.
Okay, so last week, at some point, it's just the very dramatic muted. So last week at 6 something in the morning, because I get to work ridiculously early, I'm just walking in. I'm rummaging through my purse to find my badge and whatever. I'm walking through the hallways, and I notice that this guy is kind of pacing me, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And I look over at him, and he looks like I could take him, so I'm fine. I'm in
yeah.
Down
I'm just chiming in with some moral support before I mute myself again.
You're fine.
Go on.
No, I'm in I come in from the parking garage, so I'm in the bowels of the building basically, and it's just us, but there's cameras everywhere. But I'm walking in, and he's pacing me, and then we get to the elevators and we start talking, and he brings something up and about living in this area, and he's from Dallas, born and raised, and whatever. I was just like, okay, cool. And I was like, no, I'm not from here. I moved here, several years ago. And I told him where city I'd lived in, because I've moved around a lot. Now I live in the middle of nowhere. But I was talking to him about the stuff we got in the elevator. And we were just chatting about whatever. And he was like, what do you do for fun? And I noticed him see my ring even, but he still said, what do you do for fun? And I told him, some things that I do for fun.
Like,
and then
he's
like, you should... No, it was,
God damn it.
I play bar poker and stuff.
All right.
And he's like, you should do that with me sometime. And I was like, I don't even know how to respond, because blatant flirting is, at 6:40 in the morning is not something I was ready for. I wasn't wearing makeup that day. I don't think I'd run a brush through my hair even. So I was like, and he was like, let me give you my number. You have to text me, and we have to go out sometime. And I was like, I don't know. I didn't really know how to handle that. And he was supposed to get off at the floor below mine, and he held the elevator door so long that there was alarms going off.
Oh, fuck that.
And then he stepped into the elevator again and rode up one more floor with me. And he was like, just give me your number. And he held the door again. And I was like, okay, fine. Oh, my
God.
So I gave him my number because he would shut the fuck up. Mm-hmm. You know? Whatever. And immediately, he started texting me. Like, I had not even walked 4 feet away from the elevator, and he started texting me. You know, so how are you this morning? What's going on? How's your day? I didn't respond for a good 2.5 hours, you know? Because are you fucking kidding me? And so I was responding like, hey, fine. Whatever,
okay,
you know?
Could you fuck off?
Like 3 texts in, send me a picture. I was like, you first.
Wow.
Are you freaking kidding me? And so he was like, I asked first. I just was ignoring him. And so he sent a bathroom selfie.
Oh my.
So I screenshot it. He was fully clothed. He was in a suit.
Okay.
He looked,
good.
You know, he was all right.
I thought he went right to the dick pic.
No, if I'd ask, I'm sure.
I probably, yeah.
So I'm sending screenshots to Gentleman Caller. I'm like, get a load of this that happened this morning, you know? Mm-hmm. And he was like, keep talking to him, see where it goes. I'm like, oh, God, okay, I can do that. Mm-hmm. So I sent him a selfie from a couple days earlier because I wasn't wearing makeup that day. So he was like, wow, damn, is this you today? I'm like, no, I was having a better hair day that day. Like, I actually ran a brush through it.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, damn. And then he was like talking, just chatting. And I'm like, I'm really busy. I'm training. I can't really chat. So before the end of my day, he was like, we should get together sometime. Or we need to meet up. We need to meet up. And
so this guy moves pretty fast.
Yeah. My response was, he's like, would you like to meet up sometime? And my response was, that depends. What are your intentions? Pretty clear question. Yeah. Very clear question. If he wants anything romantic, I'm out.
Yeah.
If he wants to be friends, I'm probably still out. But at least I'm giving him a go.
I would take that to mean, do you intend to marry me and make an honest woman of me? Because, but, I guess different people have different interpretations.
I thought it was a very clear question of what were when you held that door?
Yes.
And until the alarms were sounding, where did you expect this to go? Like, what did you have in your head other than putting your dick inside me?
When you demanded my phone number.
Right. Mm-hmm. Which also, honestly, that worked for me because it was bold. And I could tell that he was nervous.
Yeah. And
so it worked. But then he started playing games all day. Like, you sent me a picture. I said it first. Then he got coy, which immediately loses my interest because the assertive boldness worked.
Yeah.
So don't turn around and start being a coy game player because then it's not going to work. Yeah. Like, you can't change your game midstream.
Yeah. What's a game?
Single guys that are listening, pro tip. Mm-hmm. If something works at the initial get-go, stick with it.
Stick with that. Yeah.
Right. So anyways, his response was, well, that depends. Do you have any plans? What are your plans? I don't have any plans. What? That's not even answering the question, which means language comprehension is a problem. I'm out. Yeah. So I ghosted. Like a lady.
Yeah. That's what you do.
Yeah. And then the next morning, he sent me a text at like 10 or 11. He was like, are you okay? And I was like, I am. I'm busy. I'm training. I'm working.
Yeah. I'm not your wife.
Right. Like, I haven't texted you.
I don't owe you an explanation of what I'm doing.
Right. And then 4 days later, it was like Sunday afternoon or something. I'm sitting on the couch with my fiance, watching TV and eating probably junk food. Mm-hmm. And we're just hanging out. And he's like, what did he say? Good afternoon. He said, good afternoon.
Are you going to do text theater for us? Like text-or-piece theater where you just read all of it?
I mean, I basically did.
Because I'm down for that. I mean, okay.
Okay, well, his name is Vic.
I know that guy.
V-I-C, everybody knows him.
He's a real scuzzbag, yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing is I'm not sure he is. He's actually real young. He's like 27 or 26. I didn't ask, but he looks real young. And I think he just doesn't know how to human people yet. Like, I think he's still, and not to toot my own horn or anything, but I don't think he knows what to do with me. Because I am someone who will speak her mind and tell him exactly where I stand, what's going on, how I feel. And he's used to little 27-year-old girls that are game players, and I'm not going to play the game. I'm done with the game. I moved on. I'm beyond the game. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing laps in the victory, whatever, I'm done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he doesn't know what to do with me. So if he's ready for a grown woman, he needs to change his game up because, I mean, I was never going to be his anyway. But, I had a good time for a minute.
I feel like you're such a cougar, though, that
I would be a cougar.
All these young boys. You'd be a great cougar.
Well, because they don't know how old I am.
That's very true. I mean, I feel like I could be a good cougar, but
absolutely.
I wouldn't put the effort into it. I just don't care enough, so...
Well, and honestly, these young guys, ugh. I'll send you a picture of him.
Don't they just play video games all the time now? I mean...
I think not. I think that's
the thing the boys do now.
Honestly, I think that's our generation.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think you're right. I think we are the bad guys.
Okay, I'm texting you a picture of him so you can see him.
Okay, gotta find
He's
my
not
phone.
bad. I mean,
I'm eating a Snickers
okay, my
bar.
sister said I'm never allowed to use this phrase again, but because I told her, I called her and told
then.
Yeah, exactly. I pull good trim or high quality trim.
Oh my God, he is cute.
Right?
Okay, I can see why you stuck with it.
Do you see why I stuck with it?
I see it now. I get it. At first I was like, why are you giving him your... But no, I get it.
He was cute.
Yeah.
He was disheveled. It was 6:40 in the morning. His tie was loosened. His suit coat was over.
Tousled hair going on.
His suit jacket was like over his shoulder. And he had his coffee in his hand, and he was like the desperation of, I have to have your number. Like it was
I get it.
Very flattering because I am not 27 and it was very fun. And I had a slight spat leading up to that in the morning because Gentleman Caller is having work issues. So he was real stressed and I was real stressed and I had just like, fine, I love you. Have a good day. And I hung up on him in the car, all dramatic. Exactly. And then I was walking in from hanging him up and turning my car off all dramatically. And that's when this guy like fell in pace with me.
Oh, well.
I remembered him because a week earlier we had actually ended up in the hallway at the same time also. And they have automatic doors at that hallway. And I was like, I got it for both of us. Like I put my hand out and stopped him. I was like, I'll get the door for both of us because they just stepped in front of the sensor. It was real dumb. And he didn't laugh. And so I was like, whatever. And then a week later he hit on me. So I think he took him time to register like, oh, she's funny. Yeah. I did ask him, I was like, what was it that made you, ask me for my number and, stop the door and stuff before I ghosted him, obviously. Yeah. And he was like, you seemed really nice. I'm like, really? I wanted like drop dead gorgeous.
People just love you. You're so approachable. I
was like, that's not the answer I wanted though. Cause I'd just gotten in that fight and then whatever. So
what you're supposed to say is I couldn't help myself because you are without a doubt
I had
the
to
most
have you in my life.
Gorgeous woman I have ever seen in person. Like
exactly. That's the answer I wanted.
I couldn't believe it. Like I didn't believe in God before and now I believe in God because only a God
and if
could
he
make
said
a
that,
person
I would still be
perfect.
Texting him because that would make me laugh.
Yeah, see? There you go.
Well, I wouldn't be texting him now.
Are we sure there's not a God? Because this guy's really hot. I'm just
is he hot? I do. Cool. You remember Team Other Guy, though? That guy was the hottest person I've ever seen in real life.
He really was. He was total crazy town, but he was smoking hot.
Total crazy town. But there's a reason I dated him for like an extra couple of weeks.
Oh, I get it. Hey, I've been there. I
dated
a cute guy
Gentleman Caller, he's like, I get it. He's like, I understand that. He understood why I was still seeing him when we were still like dating almost.
Back in the day, before I was married, I had a cute boyfriend, and I stayed with him several weeks longer than I should have.
Oh, yeah.
By rights, because he was just an idiot. And but, he was hot. What are you going to do? Like, you got to see where it goes.
Exactly. Yeah, this guy's, he's hot, but oh my God. Like, if you don't understand a basic question. Yeah. My fear now is that I'm going to run into him in the hallway at some point.
And it's going to be awkward.
No, I'm going to confront him and he's going to run. Because I'm going to be like, dude, I stopped texting you because you didn't answer a simple question. What were your intentions? I'm not going to pull back. Yeah. I'm going to be super pleasant and just lay it out.
Yeah.
and he'll run away from me like they all do.
Yeah, well, you know.
All the little children.
That's all right. You separate out the wheat from the chaff. Isn't that
exactly.
what that's a saying,
and then you
right?
Marry the chaff? I don't understand how this works.
I don't know. You bake with the wheat.
I don't know how to farm.
I don't either.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's hard work, and I'm not that into hard work. I don't know if I've mentioned that before.
Sounds outdoorsy. I'm not very outdoorsy.
Oh my God, yeah. Anything that deals with going outside, I just...
Like, when I was hanging out with you, I barely went outside with you.
Oh yeah, it was...
You're like, I'm going to go outside. I'm like, I'm going to go sit on the couch.
I only went outside because I was smoking. Otherwise, I could have stayed inside the entire weekend.
I know, and you were like, I'm going to go outside. I'm like...
Yeah.
The couch.
I had been working for the last week in a building without a furnace. A huge building. It's this old antique store, and we're doing close down, and so we're auctioning off all the antiques. So I've been in there with a space heater pointed at me, trying to take pictures with like 5 layers on, and these fingerless gloves that I bought, and a hat.
I love fingerless gloves.
Oh my God, they're handmade. Somebody made them. They're like
I had a pair of fingerless
fuzzy
gloves in a car that got repossessed, so I lost them.
Damn it. Somebody send Amy some fingerless gloves. Make this happen. Just write on the envelope, Amy with an I, Texas, and they'll get it to her. It'll be fine.
Oh, they'll be like, first you have to give me your number, girl.
Yeah, exactly.
These gloves come with a prize.
So death. We had a topic.
Oh yeah, that's why I was like, do you have a shovel?
Yeah.
Because if this guy doesn't leave me alone.
That makes sense. Now, the thing about death I kind of wanted to talk about is, because I was listening to Atheists Talk a few weeks back, and they had a woman who had written a book about just questions about death, and I don't have her name in front of me, which makes me a terrible person. But she's she's in the death. I don't know if she's like a mortician or a forensic pathologist. I don't know what the proper term is for people who work with the dead. Or rather with dead bodies. People who work with the dead are psychics. So, well, they're just the ones who really like the dead. It's
like a lot.
A lot.
Okay.
But yeah, she was talking about just all the bullshit in the funeral industry and how much money people get suckered out of because they're grieving and they think that, they're honoring their loved one if they get the nicest casket and
it's bullshit.
Get them embalmed, and like everybody should talk to their loved ones, no matter how old you are. We could all get hit by a bus tomorrow, so talk to the people in your life about what you want to happen after you die, because you don't want those people stuck buying the $7,000 cherrywood coffin because someone talked them into it because they're grieving and in no fit state to choose things. Like, when I die, I want to donate my body to science, let them do whatever they want with it. Like, if they can use parts to give to other people, great. If they can't, cut that shit open and train doctors. I'm cool with that. And then when they're done, I don't care. Put me in a biohazard bag and toss me in the dumpster. I truly don't give a shit. Like, whatever they do with
giant Ziploc, just make sure the freshness seal is sealed real tight.
Just make sure I'm not offensive to other people by my smell, because I hear that dead people smell bad. I don't know, because I don't work with dead people. But yeah, that's kind of my plan is like, first donation, let other people use my parts, then science. Then I don't give a shit. Like, I
want to go to a body farm. Those are cool.
Oh, wouldn't that be cool? I think there's like a waiting list to get into a body farm because so many people want to do it. Yeah.
I want to go to a body farm. Can you like walk through it?
I don't. I think you have to become like a forensic pathologist to do it. And I don't think either one of us wants to do that much work.
Not at this point in my life. There was a period of time that I wanted to be a forensic pathologist.
Yeah.
But that was like 10 years of school ago. So
yeah. Maddie Love from Atheists Talk, who was doing the interview with this woman, I guess she worked for a while in a lab, being cutting up dead people, cutting parts out. I'm not entirely sure what she did, but it sounds rad. And very creepy.
Working in a lab or just hobbyist?
It wasn't clear. I think she got paid, so I don't think you can consider that a hobbyist anymore if you're getting
paid.
It
depends on who's paying you.
I mean, hobbyist is like, that's just the bodies I collect in my garage, the ones I find on the road. I don't kill anybody. But if I just find one, like laying in the road, I'm not going to leave it there, right?
Like joggers?
Yeah. I mean, they get hit by cars all the time.
Is it your car?
I mean,
okay.
I'm not a good driver.
You're like, I drive a big car. I drive a large car.
I have an SUV.
I figured you did.
I have run over at least one dog in my life.
I have a teeny tiny car now, which is weird because I have 6 kids. And you have 2 kids and you have a large car.
Yeah, I don't need it. I'm eating a Snickers bar, so.
I need a much larger car than I have, but my kids get in there and they squeeze real tight and they put on their seatbelts barely and they complain about it and I just yell at them 37 miles a gallon.
That sounds fun.
They hate that, but 37 miles a gallon, so fuck you. Get in, squeeze in.
Hey, this is how memories are made.
2 giant teenage boys, and they're just like...
They should appreciate that in the future, they're going to be sitting around with their friends going, oh my God, my mom used to make us sit in this car.
She had this Jeep. Tons of room for everybody. Next car, for some stupid reason, is a fucking bug.
Yeah. They have a great story now. And then she was always trying to get us to stop and see Toby Keith in his hometown, and it was just the worst.
Oh, yeah. In Oklahoma. You're right.
Yeah. What's the name of that town again?
Monroe, I believe.
I don't remember.
I believe it's Monroe, Oklahoma, where home of Toby Keith.
I know that Lady Shushu is back on the arm of my chair, being ridiculous. So yeah, what do you want to happen to you when you die?
Honestly, I don't know if it's
get into
legal.
the body farm.
If I can't get into the body farm,
Yes.
I kind of want someone to just take me out in the middle of the ocean, chum the water, and throw me overboard.
For the sharks?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, I don't know if I bet it is legal because in international waters, there are no rules. If you get out there far enough.
Can I marry a shark?
Well, in international waters,
I can do what I want.
it's not America anymore.
The building that I married is going to get jealous, though.
In Ireland, they have these abortion boats where they just go out into international waters and do the abortions and come back. It's a genius idea.
I'm going to go out in the international waters and get pregnant.
Yeah, you can do anything you want out there.
Then get an abortion.
Get pregnant by a shark.
Ooh. Get pregnant with an aborted fetus. Nah, too far.
Too many options. You know, when you're an atheist, you want to do all of these things.
You just do all the things.
Morals don't matter, so, you know, get pregnant by a fetus shark. What else would you do with your time?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
So that's what I would like to do. I'm really excited to meet Jesus, though. That's my...
Oh my God, right?
That's I'm living my life the way I live it, accordingly, to meet Jesus at the other end.
Okay. And do you think, I mean...
#blessed.
Do you feel like he's going to be proud of you? Or...
Yeah, why wouldn't he? I'm fucking nailing it.
You're amazing. That's true.
Thank you. Exactly. That's what I'm going to tell him and be like, listen, bitch, I am fucking nailing this life.
Yep. Like
dudes are stopping elevators.
Meanwhile...
And I was literally in just a black Old Navy tank dress and a cardigan. No makeup, no brushed hair.
That's impressive.
I don't even... I was texting gentleman dude, and he was like, okay. And he was like, send me the picture. So I sent it to him, and he was like, all right, see where this goes. Let's see where this plays out. Like,
see, everyone agrees. He was a hot dude. I mean...
He's all right.
Nobody's going to fault you for that.
I've pulled better. I'm marrying better, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm over here not able to get over a very simple cold and in my bathrobe at 5 o'clock in the evening.
I can't afford to get a very simple cold right now.
Oh my God.
I haven't told I'm probably dying. I haven't told the listeners. So I we talked about my accident before with a company that I'm not going to mention.
Right.
I was in a car accident that totaled my Jeep. And so anyway, I went to the doctor last week and I've already failed, quote unquote, I failed physical therapy. I've done shots. I've done all kinds of conservative treatments. And I went to a doctor last week and he poked me in one spot. It like twisted me in pain that sideways. And he hurt me so badly. I had to miss work the next day because I couldn't lift my left arm. But he pushed it so bad and he was like, yep, you need surgery. I was like, fuck. I mean, it's a good thing for the, schmish suit.
Yeah.
But it's a bad thing because it fucking hurts. Like he hit one spot.
Yeah, surgery's not fun.
Surgery's not fun. And I'm at an age where I no longer heal like Wolverine. Like I am not a healer.
Yeah, when you're a kid, you can just
snap out of it. Like they put a stitch in and the stitch, like it grows over. It's like,
you're totally cool. Then you get to be our age and it's like things just drag out for
don't
fucking
lump
months.
me in with you. But yeah.
It's true. I am way older. I'm sorry.
You're significantly older.
I have to keep muting myself to have coughing fits. That's how old I am.
Yeah. So, well, he touched one spot of my shoulder and it was so debilitating I couldn't work the next day. That's how old I am.
You're kind of a lightweight. I mean, you need to get over that. Come on.
I mean, I have a pretty high pain tolerance, but when I don't know what he did. So I don't know if you know where your AC joint is. Yeah. I have a rotator cuff tear underneath my AC joint, and then I have bone spurs at the bottom of my AC joint, which is a flap that goes over your rotator cuff. And so every time I move my arm or lift it, the bone spurs are digging into the tear.
Ow.
So my arm hurts all the time, but I just kind of like, it just hurts. But he did something, like he put his thumb underneath the AC joint and then shoved into the tear. So he could feel it, and it just... I almost passed out. Like, and I have a high pain tolerance.
Yeah.
But good God. Like that.
So when do you think you have to have surgery?
I don't know yet.
Is it going to
I have
interfere
to.
with podcasting? That's really all I care about here. Like, is it going to cut into our schedule?
As long as I still have the mouse and the wheel and the candle to do it by the candlelight.
Yeah, the little hamster wheel.
The hamster wheel to keep my electricity going. I should be fine.
Okay. And, well, instead of a computer, I think you can use like an abacus or something, or one of those chalk slates that they used to have.
Oh my gosh. Was that in the group that you're in where it's like the sword? I think it was a puzzle in a thunderstorm. I don't even want to say that name. That's a little
don't
trademark.
talk about them. That's dirty.
But it was in their Facebook group. It was a sword that had like abacus beads on the sides of it, and it was called Swordicus.
Oh no, I did not see that. No.
Oh, someone posted it. It was
that
funny.
would have taken me way too long to get to. I would have been staring at it.
Oh no!
Going,
As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Is it to count their kills?" Like that's funny.
Yeah. No. Last week I had best week. Like I had just started this antique store job thing, and I negotiated 40%, so I get to keep 40% of everything that sells. And
you know what sells? Sex.
Not antiques. Really not antiques these days, but maybe if I could slip some meth in.
That's because millennials don't give a fuck.
They really don't. But yeah, so like the first day, Monday morning, I go and get in my car. I'm bringing my kid to school because my husband was going to take the day off, and get him in the car, get in, start it, and think, God, this feels weird in here. Like it almost feels like my side is lower than the other side. I get out, my fucking front tire is fully flat. Not a little, it is done. It is fully flat. And I was like, God fucking damn it. So then I had to go get my husband because I don't do car stuff. I'm
not going to change it.
I don't care. I mean, I'm 42. I'm not going to learn this shit now. I don't care. No. I will, like I've said before, I will always find a man to do it for me. In this case, there happened to be a man inside my house. So I went and got that one. And
Up until I was like 23, I didn't even pump my own gas.
Oh, see, I had to do that, but...
No, I would just stand there and be like, I don't really know how. And then they would just do it for me. I'm like, cool.
That's a good strategy. I had to figure out, like, I'm like, so now do I, like, we have another vehicle, so do I have to take his truck? But... Or no, he wasn't taking the day off. I'm sorry, I'm telling this badly. He was also going to work because he had to meet somebody there. So we had to like call.
So his car wasn't an option.
So it wasn't like he still had to get to work somehow.
Right.
And so we had to find the earliest place that was open that would sell us tires for the cheapest price. So,
and tires are fucking expensive unless you get used ones.
Fucking God. Yeah. Like, and we were in a hurry. Like, we needed to
get them. I have used tires on my thing because, are you kidding me?
If that was an option, I don't know.
$180 versus $25? Yeah.
Yeah. I think we ended up paying, so we just replaced the front tires, not the back tires, because they're like, you should replace them all. No, fuck you. Just do the front ones. It was probably reasonable to do the other tire in the front too, because I've literally never changed these tires or gotten new ones. I don't know if the previous owner did. Whatever. So I think it cost us like $350 to get the tires and get them installed. So that's $350 fucking dollars on Monday morning that I have just spent that I do not have at all. But whatever. Yeah. Now I've got 2 tires and they're fixed and I don't have to worry about those for a while. Then I just get ragingly sick and have to go to the doctor and get on an antibiotic, and I'm just like hacking like I'm gonna die, and ended up having to take 3 days off of work because I could not function. Like I couldn't get out of bed, I couldn't talk, So this is a point where, like, I really did want to go to work because I want this job to get done. But no, I had to stay home in bed and tell the person who just hired me, yeah, I'm staying home again today, sorry. So then Friday, I finally do go to work. I drive home and I notice my brakes on my car sound weird, grinding a little bit, you know. By the time, and I had to go feed my friend's cats, which is fine. Like, they're lovely cats and they're lovely friends and they were out of town, but they live on the other side of town. So I had to make it to their house with my grinding brakes. And I know enough to know that it's not good when your brakes grind together. Like,
not so much. No.
I think that's bad. I think at one point I learned that you shouldn't just keep driving when that happens. So I had to call my husband and be like, okay, there's something wrong with my car now. And I managed to make it home carefully with the grinding brakes. But then, of course, the next day he had to go and get brake pads that we had to pay another like $100 to get those. Then he had to install them. And it's just like, could this week just get shittier? That would be great if something else could possibly happen. Fortunately, I just blocked out everything past that. So I don't think anything else bad happened, but I have spent way more money on my piece of shit car this week than I care to. I only bought that car to get from point A to point B. I'm going to drive it into the ground until it dies, and I want to spend as little money on it as humanly possible.
That's basically where I'm at. I need an oil change this week, and
I should probably do that too, but I'm just...
And they're like, you need synthetic, and I know there's that old myth that once you go to full synthetic, you can't go back.
Yeah.
That's not true. I've read enough on the internet to know that synthetic is just a mixture of oil and synthetic oil.
Yeah.
So it still has oil in it, which means if you go full oil or full synthetic, it's okay, you know?
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's a mix. It's a mix. It's still... And I was like, I was gearing up. I was all ready to go in there and argue with them because it was $39 versus $70. And I was like, I'm going to save some money on this. And I go in there and gentleman caller's like, you drive a lot. I'm like, yeah. And he was like, just get the synthetic because it's better on the car in the long run. You have high, like, I don't have high mileage. I only have like 31,000.
Oh, wow.
He's like, it's when you get up, I know it's a 2013.
I'm up over 100,000, but mine's a 2006. So yeah.
But I have a 2013.
Yeah.
It was
that's not bad.
Crazy good sale.
Yeah.
Or crazy good deal because I've only had it since April. But
yeah.
So anyway, so I go in there, I'm all geared up, I'm ready to I have all my articles ready, and I'm going to go in there and just argue because they're going to try to talk me into doing synthetic because you can't go back, which is bullshit. It's not true. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going in there and he's like, just get the synthetic. I'm like, fuck.
But I was all ready.
So I just did it. Yeah. And I was like, it's like when you blow up a balloon and then you just let it out. You're like,
that was anticlimactic.
Mm-hmm. At least they had candy on the counter, so I was fine. I just ate some candy.
That's always nice when you can have free candy. I bought a full...
I was like, this is for the kids. I just threw it in my purse. I totally had a Twix for breakfast the next day.
You didn't give your kids any of that.
No.
I went to Walgreens yesterday and they had a buy one, get one free special on fun-size Snickers bags. And I got one and got one free. And those are not going to trick-or-treaters. Those are going straight into my mouth.
I'm not even going to let trick-or-treaters come to my house. I'm going to turn my porch light on like I do every year.
No trick-or-treaters come to my house because I live in the middle of nowhere. Sometimes there'll be a hayride full of the kids in the neighborhood whose parent decided to do a hayride and they'll come, but fuck them. We'll just shut off the light. We don't care.
That's what I always do. I take my kids trick-or-treating, but we go to
oh yeah, we go to a different neighborhood. Yeah.
But
you can't trick-or-treat in your own neighborhood.
This year, I took them trick-or-treating last year. And so this year they're like, we want dad to have a chance to trick-or-treat. Take us trick-or-treating. I'm like, okay.
Yes,
and so I sent him a text. I was like, do you want to take them trick-or-treating? And of course, in his true charming gentleman style, I could see red receipt, no reply for a week. It's been a week. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Trying to find a way to get out of it. Yeah.
No, this is just, I co-parent with basically unresponded text. This is how I co-parent.
Yeah.
So, it's maddening.
Yeah.
Because I can see that he's read my fucking text. I can see it. It's so
I hate
frustrating.
Trick-or-treating
I'm turn off your read receipt if you're going to be a dick.
Right? That's an option. You can do that. You can just shut it off so people can't see it.
Don't tell him he can do that. I kind of like knowing what a dick he is.
That's
I mean, I
true.
already know.
Yeah.
I already know.
That's a good point. Yeah, I've always hated trick-or-treating because it's always cold here when we trick-or-treat.
I hate trick-or-treating for the just sheer concept of it.
I mean, it's... Since I'm a dyed-in-the-wool conservative, I don't like the idea of getting free shit for nothing. Like, the idea of just kids just knocking on a door and getting a handout when they didn't do a goddamn thing to earn it.
What do they want next? Healthcare? Education?
What are we
Fuck
teaching them? Like, it's
exactly.
They should have to come and do chores in your lawn to get one tiny fun-sized Snicker bar.
Exactly. They need to come in and clean a toilet for a Snickers.
Right. But mainly it's that I hate being outside and I hate the cold, so...
I don't like people or talking to them or seeing them.
Yeah. But that's why you just send your kid up to the door.
Yeah, but my kids, we used to divide and conquer where I would man the door and the kids would go out trick-or-treating, which is fine. But then they would want me to go too, and so then I'd leave the bowl out and some jackass would take the whole bowl and then I'm like, oh no, I have to turn my light off. Mm-hmm. I didn't even care.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't like trick-or-treating. I know I should like Halloween in general because I'm an atheist and this is our holiday, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But I don't, I'm so like blasé about Halloween. I know this makes me a monster. I really like Christmas.
Oh my God. I am so with you on Christmas.
I am excited that the stores have their Christmas stuff up now.
Oh yeah. I wish they could put that shit up in July.
Gentleman caller gets upset at me. Well, not upset, but quote unquote upset. Because we'll be at like Home Depot or something. I'm like, I'm going to go down this aisle. And he's like, really? He's like, Amy, really? And I'm like, I'll be right back. I'm going to go smell everything.
It just
he's
makes
like,
you feel happy. Like
I run down the aisle and I'm smelling all the candles and I'm touching all the trees. And he's like, oh my God. Like there is a reason that I am paying quite a bit for a storage unit because it has my 10-foot Christmas tree in it because I love my Christmas tree.
I know. Christmas is amazing.
So,
I think part of it is, I think I pinpointed that
Christmas.
Part of the reason I love it so much. I mean, notwithstanding that it's amazing and there's great food and I love pretty lights.
The food is great. Everybody decorates their houses so beautifully. You can drive down the road and see lights. And I love lights so much.
In the middle of winter when I'm really fucking depressed, like Christmas is the only part of winter that I like. And so if I can draw that out the entire fucking winter, I'll do it. I'll leave that fucking tree up because, then I get to see some lights.
I love decorating my house.
Oh, yeah.
And I like making my house magical.
Yeah.
And I put Christmas trees like I would put one in their kids' rooms.
Yep.
And I would put one in the main room. And I love just leaving the lights on so the whole house is just lit by Christmas tree.
Oh, I love it.
I don't even need ornaments on it. I don't care about the ornaments. I just want the lights and the Christmas tree.
I have a shit ton of ornaments.
I have a shit ton of ornaments too.
I love the ornaments. But the lights are what? Do you do colored or white or a combo?
So right now, the tree that I have in storage is all white. Mm-hmm. But I think I'm going to switch over when I get a new tree because I don't have room for a 10-foot tree. With the 5-foot base, are you freaking kidding me? It's a monster tree.
It's quite a big tree.
It's for someone who has a house.
Yeah.
Not an apartment. Mm-hmm. So, it's real pretty though. It has pine cones in it. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous tree.
Yeah.
But, that one has white lights, but I think I want to do one that you can switch over where you can do white lights or colored.
See, I like to do them both at the same time because I'm a fucking rebel.
That's magical. Well, and I also like one color, like red or blue.
That's
like
cool
just
too,
one solid color.
I just take all the light colors I can find and throw them all at the tree like a splattered paintbrush. And it's just just mix and match all over the house. Crazy mix and match, white and colored lights, different sizes, different bulbs. Just go nuts. Like,
see, I love that.
Yeah.
See, and I love icicles outside the house.
Mm-hmm. As long as they're not real ones. Fun. Yeah, the one thing I love dressing up. So I like that about Halloween because it's the one chance I
always forget to dress up or I don't care anymore or I do something stupid.
I love a good costume. I can't help it. Like I love dressing up. So I like that. And I love
and then I have
candy.
To do like slutty, slutty breadstick or, whatever.
Slutty plate of spaghetti or slutty cocker spaniel.
Although I don't know if you saw our wonderful friend of the show, Hertzie. Mm-hmm. She posted something that I really want to figure out a way to do as a couple's costume. It's the kid from My Girl and a Bee. I want to do that so badly.
Oh my god.
you not see? You were sick last week.
Yeah, I was sick. I didn't see that.
Oh my God, that.
Okay, kids, if you weren't around in the mid-90s, you may not get that reference, but it's a wonderful reference. Girl. Yeah.
It's a good movie, and spoiler
alert. He dies from getting stung by a bee. Oh my God.
This is so funny.
Oh, so speaking
anaphylactic shock is good. It gets me every time.
You could also like do a third that could dress up as an EpiPen, but they're like really lazy and smoking pot that day, and they follow behind and can't get there.
I'll text
enough.
Vic with a hard C and see if he wants to come as an EpiPen, and then I'll ghost him.
Exactly. There's so many ways you could do this.
I'm never going to text Vic with a hard C.
I would not do that, no. I watched...
But we need to do another ramen. I don't have enough fodder for a ramen
I don't have the voice for it yet.
No, not yet.
But I'm hoping by next week. I'm like on solidly week 2 of this, and I just want it to go away, but...
I haven't gotten my annual bronchitis yet, so...
Well, it should be fun.
Fingers crossed, it's coming.
I watched this documentary on Netflix, which may be popping up for everyone, called Tell Me Who I Am. And I just want to warn everybody in advance that if you are going to watch that, and I highly recommend you do, because it is a fantastically well done documentary, but it is the most disturbing shit you will ever watch in your entire life.
So watch it at work.
Watch it at work. Prepare to be bawling in front of your coworkers, because that's going to happen.
I already did. I watched The Handmaid's Tale at work. I was just bawling constantly.
This is 10 times worse. This is real life. Like, Handmaid's Tale is bad, but you still know at the end of the day those are actors.
I've been watching In the Dark at work. It's so dumb. Have you seen that show?
In the Dark. No.
It's the blind woman who finds her best friend murdered.
My mom told me she loves that one, but that makes me skeptical, so I don't know. Is it good?
I'm enjoying it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, Tell Me Who I Am.
I'm only on like 3rd episode, but...
Tell Me Who I Am is about these twins that are British, and one of them, they're these 2 dudes that are in their 50s now, but one of them, when they were 18 or, I don't know, between 18 and 20, I wasn't paying close enough attention, got into a motorcycle accident and lost his complete memory, just everything. The previous 20 years gone. And the only thing he remembered was his brother. So like right when he woke up, he looked at his brother and knew who he was and said, "Hi, Mark." Like he knew him. But didn't know anybody else, didn't know anything else about his... So the whole documentary is just he and his brother telling this whole story from their own points of view. And basically, the one brother is kind of making up a childhood for the other brother because their childhood was not great. So... And since he doesn't remember it, he's sort of feeding him, not outright lying, but just making it seem a lot better than it was. And by the end of it, like...
He's making it magical for him.
He's making it magical for him, and then it kind of comes to a head, and they realize he's been... just fucking... All the trigger alerts for people. Like,
well, I will not watch it with Gentleman Collie, though. He will not handle that
If you are a person who triggers easily...
bawling his eyes out and for days.
Especially by child abuse, or sexual abuse, or anything. Just stay the fuck away from it. But if you've got a heart of stone like I do and can power your way through anything, watch that shit. Oh my God. Okay.
I'll watch it.
It's still not as bad as Dear Zachary. That is still the most depressing.
That's the one that destroyed me.
Yeah, that
as a
it's
human,
almost as bad as that. Not quite, but
God.
Almost as bad. This was
I was pregnant with my daughter when I watched that, and I was just watching it like it was recommended to me because it was just the next one in my slew of documentaries, and I read about it. I'm like, okay,
and you
cool.
think you know what you're watching,
Cool, yeah, great. And I'm watching it, and then at the end, I'm like, what? And I'm just bawling, and I'm like so upset. I'm sick to my stomach, and
that's how this one is. Like, and you go through the whole thing thinking that you've kind of predicted what it like. Okay, I see where this is going. Like, but it is so much worse than you imagine. And oh my God. And it's just, when you have kids and you're picturing your kids in that kind of position and just, holy fuck, man, it's highly recommend, but only if you will not break down into
Dear Zachary.
a mess. Dear Zachary.
I'm glad. I'm glad I watched it.
I am too.
It's one of those things. I'm glad I watched it, but it ripped my heart out, and it never went back in the same configuration.
Yeah, like you're never quite the same.
Same
after
thing with
you
the
watch
movie
that.
adaptation. Great movie. I never was the same after that movie. And it's a great. It's some of my friends' favorite movie. It's a great movie, but
I can't remember a single thing about that movie other than
the adaptation
that I watched it. Wait, are we talking about the same thing? Is this a movie?
Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah, no, it's the same.
He plays his own twin brother.
Yeah, that. No, hard to disagree. We do need to both watch Citizen Ruth, though. I think I've mentioned it 500 times.
Yes, you've mentioned it.
Anybody
I
out
can't
there?
find it anywhere for free. Oh, it's on YouTube.
Is it?
It's on YouTube.
Is it on
Yeah,
YouTube?
it's on YouTube.
I actually was on Amazon looking for a DVD copy that I could mail you.
I don't have a DVD player right now.
Oh well, then that wouldn't
But
work.
I can go over and watch my friends' kids, or just hang out at her house and just
You
use her
can get
DVD
it
player.
on Amazon, but you have to pay for. Like you can't rent it; you have to buy it.
Yeah, but
and
it's like $3.99.
that just seems bullshit to me. What I could do is rent it and then just give you my password and login for like a day, and then you just watch it really quick.
That's funny.
Kind of like how I'm doing the HBO free trial this week. I know damn well what's on HBO and how much I like it, and I'm going to cancel it after 7 days. But for 1 week, I'm binge watching everything I want to see on HBO.
Divorce?
No, I have never had any interest in
I
watching
watched the
that.
first episode
It looked
while
kinda
I was
lame.
going through divorce,
Yeah.
and it was not recommended to do while you're going through divorce.
It looked too bougie. I don't know.
It was a little too parallel for a lot of things, because it's common divorce tropes, I guess. But I was literally sleeping on an air mattress in the formal living area, watching the series Divorce, and bawling my eyes out as he's kicking her out of the bedroom to go sleep on the couch, and I'm like, so yeah, it was not. Now I'd be fine probably. Now I'd think it was bougie.
I finally finished watching The Righteous Gemstones. High recommend to any of our listeners, because most of you are probably dirty heathens.
Is that some kind of hip hop band?
No. This is the one with John Goodman, who plays a megachurch preacher.
Oh.
And he's got 3 kids, and they all...
Do you think he's atheist?
John Goodman? I mean, it's possible. I don't know. It's a weird show, because on the one hand, it's a Danny McBride show. So if you know any Danny McBride shows, it's
real weird as fuck.
It's weird as fuck. But this, I think, is the best one he's done. And you can't quite it's obvious they're making fun of mega churches. Like, it's the extravagance is so out in your face and just hilarious. But at the same time,
I'll take a look at that.
John Goodman's character isn't evil. Like, you're never quite sure if he is a true believer, or if I don't know. It's weird. But the kids, he has these 3 adult kids, and they're just, oh my fucking God, it's beautiful. You have to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, weird as fuck, but it's weird in a good way. You'll like it. It's just the characters are fantastic. So, yeah.
Take a look at that one.
I got to binge it all in one day, so now I'm done.
I know we need to wrap up soon, and I don't have to wrap up. Haha. So, I just overheard conversation at work today. Was this lady was talking about how she told her dad she needs Ugg boots, and he's going to buy them for her because she needs them.
Because everybody needs those.
Right.
Yeah.
And she was like, they're like $84. I can't afford them.
Totally
so I just told my dad that I needed them, and he's going to buy them for me.
That's cool.
And then, I don't know, maybe 2 hours later, she was talking to someone else. She was like, my parents say that millennials are spoiled. And I was like,
and you're proving their point.
It was like within 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there laughing to myself, because are you fucking kidding me? You literally were just bragging about how your dad's going to buy you boots because you ask him to.
Not just any boots, Ugg boots. Like, I get it. Okay, if your feet are cold and you truly can't afford winter boots, it's Minnesota. I get that. You don't need boots in Texas that are for winter, and you don't need Uggs brand. You could get the Uggs Target ripoff like everybody else does. Like,
right. It really cracked me up, because she said it so just shocked. That I cannot believe. My parents say that millennials are just entitled and they're just
prejudiced.
selfish. And she was like, she flipped. I was laughing. I was like, okay.
I do have a pair of Ugg boots, and you know how I got them? I went to Savers and paid $3 for them because they were somebody else's. That's how you
fantastic.
get Ugg boots, you know?
That's how you get Ugg boots, because someone buys them for $84 and
gets bored.
Puts them in your closet for like years, and then they take them to Savers and they leave them
and they're
there.
like, oh, I have all this shit in my house. I should probably just get rid of it. And then
the
Savers staff is like, you know, evaluating each thing based on its value. They're just like, they're fucking boots.
Like brown boots. You go.
Here's the tag for it. It's fine. So yeah, Savers. Highly recommend. That's where I get all my shit.
We don't have a Savers here, but...
Oh my God, Savers is amazing. Hertzie lives right next to the best one.
We
call
actually
it the Good Savers. It's got
we have Goodwill and Salvation Army, and both of them are so conflicted.
We have those too, and
that's all we've got.
I'm also very conflicted about both of those. I still go there.
That's all we've got. We have CCI or CCA or something, which is a Christian charitable association or something. So I'm like, there's nothing. There's nowhere I can
go. The nice thing about Savers is it's not religious, but they still donate it. Like there's still some organization that I don't care enough to remember what the organization is. I just know it's not religious. There's also a thrift shop in the town just half an hour over from mine, and it's an awesome big thrift shop, and they donate everything to the Boys and Girls Club.
That's good.
Like, and then I own a thrift shop where I donate all of the profits to myself personally. And I think that's the best kind of thrift shop. I mean,
I think that's the one everybody should shop at.
They really should. It's the nicest. It's got the best stuff.
Say your address and hours of business and your personal phone number so they can contact you if you're not available. I'll do that
after the soup creed. How about that? If you listen all the way to the end till the soup creed, I'll write down my home address.
That's what I thought.
And my cell phone number. And that way you guys can text me whenevs.
Exactly.
You know?
She likes text at 2 a.m.
I love getting texts. I love getting phone calls. I love talking on the phone for a long time.
She likes bathroom selfies from randos in the elevator.
I do. And
that's why I sent you that text today. I'm like, remind me to tell you the elevator story because it's a good one.
Oh, see, and I totally forgot to remind you, so.
That's fine. I just remembered it. Because when I text you to remind me, I actually remember myself.
Oh, see, that works out good.
Because I'm thinking about what we would talk about.
Well, I like it when people text me just when I'm drifting off to sleep.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it just hard wakes me up just like that. And then it's always for something stupid, like, hey, did you see this movie yet? Like, I just want to sleep.
My phone will start blowing up because I'm in this chat group with 7 or 8 of the really close friends that they're all local, and they'll just start blowing up, and I'll go check it, and it'll be someone talking about, a band concert or something, or someone, I mean, it could be kid stuff too. It's like kid related or something else or whatever, but it'd just be blowing up at 11:30 at night and I'm drifting off to sleep. And it's just nonsense.
Like, don't do that, people. People can hear that.
It's my fault for leaving my phone on. It's my fault.
No, it is not, because you know what? We should be able to leave our phones on in case of an emergency. If my mom is having a heart attack and they need to get a hold of me at 3 a.m, they should be able to do that. So you know what? I'm putting it all back on everybody else. I'm taking no responsibility on this one. If I want to sleep with my phone 5 inches from my head, I'm going to do it. And everybody else can fuck off. So yeah, I have to go finish constructing a Halloween costume.
I have to go to Walmart because I end up at Walmart every night this week, all the time. I always end up at Walmart.
Well, my difficult child decided he needed a costume that doesn't exist, and only that costume will do. So I've been spending 2 weeks trying to cobble together this fucking costume for a character that I don't even understand or know about, named Sans, I guess. I'm assured that all the other kids will know it, and I'm just old and not cool. But when I get done,
I could have told you that.
Piecing this shit together, I'll post a picture.
That's what I've been telling you for years. Why didn't you just internalize it?
I don't know. I spend most of my time not listening to you. I mean, I turn my mute on, but then there's also a mute for you. So I just watch the little sound meter, and when I see your sound meter going down, then I turn it back on so I can talk.
Such a dick.
It works out real good, but yeah. Okay. So hopefully we'll have someone. I think Natalie recorded an outro for us in French.
Perfect.
That will be awesome. Hopefully she will have sent us that, and we can slap that on, and everybody have a good Halloween.
I'll record.
Yeah,
that means send them in.
It's your turn. I did one last time, so or you know what?
Okay.
Pod Historian. Get something sent in. Larry Yelling Man, where is yours? Marissa.
Hertzie.
Come on, Hertzie. Maddie. So many options. Why don't we have outros yet? Aiden. Devin.
Devin.
Your voice is lovely, Devin. Come on.
So Devin, they've taken to texting me on their way home from work, and it's fun because I'm at work, and so we just like text each other. Yes, make one, Devin.
Yes, that would be awesome. I would not be sad to hear that.
Like meeting them in person, like so much fun. Everybody,
it's magical.
Love them.
So yeah, I guess that's it. I'm gonna go make that costume. You go to
right,
Walmart and feed the corporate man, and hopefully by next week, I'll sound like a human again. So
as much as you ever did.
Exactly. So goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, now go back to the Google Doc. Okay, now you start reading. Just start reading that right there.
Thanks to all of our fabulous listeners who put up with us droning on week after week. If you enjoyed our delightful bee craft, please listen. Please follow us. Please follow us on all of the social medias and send us all of your monies on Patreon. This is stupid.
It is, but you're still doing it. Would you like to tell me again how you know what Patreon is?
What? I watch YouTube.
Than me? Okay, fine. Start right there.
You can find us on all of those platforms by using the Google machine. It's not hard. If you want to commiserate us with other fans...
No, it's just commiserate with other fans. Not commiserate us. It's not a thing.
If you want to commiserate with other fans about this awful we are, just join our stupid secret group soup.
Stop clicking things or you're going to delete it. Join our
secret Soup Talk Facebook group. If you want to tell us to F off personally, you can send us an email to secularsoupcast
What? Secularsouppodcast@gmail.com.
Secularsouppodcast@gmail.com, although it may go unanswered. Please rate and review us on iTunes, Facebook, and wherever else you could review things like this. It will help us spread the soup gospel.
Gospel, it's a Jesus thing, that's why you don't know. It will help us spread the soup gospel far and wide.
It will help us spread the soup gospel far and wide. And hey, if you could text at least one friend telling them how great the show is, we'll give you a personal shout out as well. We'll leave you with
as always.
As always, we'll leave you with the vocals stylings of Mr. Eli
Bosnick.
Yeah, Eli Bosnick.
Mr. Eli Bosnick.
Mr. Eli Bosnick. I did it.
Over here and hit stop.
Stupid.
Hit stop.
Secular soup creed. Soup is the ultimate virtue. It's delicious, nutritious, patriarchy smashing, racism fighting, warm and fuzzy, human affirming, fun having, anti-theist, glitter throwing, tummy satisfying, pair of new shoes fulfilling, diversity seeking, happiness. Minestrone, beef and barley, chicken broth and split pea, gazpacho, tomato, clam chowder and potato, chicken noodle, beef noodle, egg drop and ramen cup, miso, gumbo, leek and pho. Grab a bowl and taste the magic. Slurp even this.